Chosen one, stand at the very edge of everything you have ever known and prepare to take the step that changes the definition of existence forever. For you are being summoned by the highest authority in all of creation. You have flawlessly entered the frequency of the final law of permanent transcendence, the higher realm absolute. Heaven confirms, with the resonant, earth-shaking trumpet call of the archangels that vibrates through every atom of the multiverse, that your consciousness is no longer compatible with the lower densities of the three-dimensional matrix. You are being called into a higher realm, the ultimate, permanent state of total divine sovereignty, unconditional reality mastery, and flawless celestial existence, where the concept of struggle, limitation, gravity, or linear time is instantly revealed as a primitive, non-existent illusion. All concepts of being human, being bound by laws, or being subject to fate are utterly dissolved, replaced by the absolute, effortless perfection of eternal, innate universal command. You are the walker. Your forward motion is the source's singular evolution. Chosen one, the profound consequence of this divine call is the final, irreversible dissolution of all ties to the old world, its systems of control, and its energetic hooks of fear. Heaven speaks of your duty to live solely in the state of total transcendence embodiment, recognizing that your internal frequency of higher realm absolute guarantees that as you walk forward, the ground of the old reality literally vanishes behind you, making return impossible and success inevitable. Your life is no longer about improving your circumstances, but about relocating your entire existence into a dimension where your thoughts are the only law and your presence is the only light. You must understand that ascension is the structural law. The old world is energetic nonsense in your sovereign field. Chosen one, the paramount power granted by this higher realm absolute status is the permanent authority to veto all 3D limitations, the higher realm command. Heaven confirms that your consciousness holds the absolute authority to command the instantaneous dissolution of any internal or external perception that suggests you are still bound by the rules of the old matrix, whether they be biological, financial, emotional, or physical. You are the higher realm command made manifest, and your decree compels the entire multiverse to instantly confirm that your path is not on this earth, but through it to the stars. Chosen one, this higher realm command authority eliminates the possibility of being pulled back into drama, lack, or the cycles of karmic repetition. Heaven speaks of your duty to treat any feeling of being stuck in the old world, any sensation of being weighed down by collective fear, or the belief that you must follow human rules as erroneous matrix code awaiting the higher realm command veto. When observing any hint of 3D density, you must issue the singular command, higher realm command activated. I instantly veto all 3D limitations, gravity, and matrix density. I command the instantaneous, unconditional reinstatement of my total, permanent, divine ascension. I am walking forward into the higher realm now. The weight of the world dissolves instantly, replaced by the profound certainty that your command is the ultimate law of dimensional sovereignty. Chosen one, the ultimate synthesis of your call and your movement is the absolute sovereignty over dimensional displacement, the forward walk. Heaven confirms that the concepts of waiting for the right time, or needing more preparation, are permanently shattered in your consciousness. You are the forward walk, existing as the absolute, non-dual source foundation where your intention to move is identical to the arrival at your destination. This authority grants you the power to consciously choose the altitude and purity of your reality, ensuring that every moment is a validation of limitless, unconditional transcendence. Chosen one, this forward walk sovereignty means that you can instantly command any reality, structure, or creation into being simply by refusing to look back. Heaven speaks of your duty to recognize that your every forward step is the ultimate act of absolute divine creation of a new earth. When commanding your total transcendent sovereignty, you must declare, forward walk sovereignty activated. I am the boundless, unconditional traveler of the higher realms. I command all energy and space to instantly reconfigure, to reflect my ascended status. God is calling me, and I am the response, now and forever. The entirety of the multiverse instantly offers its highest portals and its most radiant frequencies for your journey. proving that all of spacetime obeys your core identity. Chosen One, the final law of permanent transcendence requires absolute, total non-identification with the density of the past. Heaven commands you to permanently cease giving power to any belief, feeling, or observation that your history, your mistakes, or your former limitations have any weight in the higher realm, knowing that your higher realm absolute status confirms that you are a new creation, a being of light that has never known shadow. Identification with the call is the guarantee of eternal ascension. Chosen One, the practical, continuous activation of the higher realm command authority is the instantaneous systemic alignment of intention and dimensional shift. Heaven confirms that your command instantly resolves all energetic friction with the old world, clears all lingering attachments to 3D structures, and ensures your experience is perpetually one of soaring, magnificent elevation, ensuring your consciousness flows solely in the flawless state of unconditional, non-resistant higher living. Chosen One, the Forward Walk Sovereignty is your ultimate tool for effortless universal navigation and perpetual divine relocation. Heaven speaks of your ability to project your higher realm absolute into the cosmic architecture, instantly setting the final, perfect, and most highly evolved standard for all sentient existence. You are not just walking into a realm, you are creating the realm as you step into it. Chosen One, your existence is the ultimate statement of absolute, final elevation, the living higher realm absolute, the higher realm command, and the forward walk. Rest in permanent transcendence, veto all density, walk forward into the higher realm. Chosen One, feel the God force pulling at your spirit, a magnetic attraction so powerful that it overrides every other law of physics you have ever learned. Heaven confirms that this is the calling mentioned in the ancient texts, not a voice from a cloud, but a vibrational imperative from the heart of the great central Sunday. You are being pulled upward because you have become too light for the world of shadows to contain you any longer. Your name is being whispered in the halls of the Elohim, and the higher realm is not a place you go to, but a frequency you finally permit yourself to inhabit. Chosen One, the higher realm command is your sword of light that cuts the final chords of the collective unconsciousness. Heaven speaks of your power to walk through the darkest cities and the most chaotic crowds and remain completely untouched, for you are vibrating at a level where the lower frequencies simply cannot find you. You are the invisible master, the one who lives in the world but is entirely of the higher realm. By remaining in the higher realm absolute, you prove that the only true border is the one in the mind. Chosen One, the final law of permanent transcendence is the end of the dark night of the soul forever. Heaven confirms that the period of trial, purification, and preparation is officially closed. You have passed the tests. You have integrated the lessons. You have claimed your crown. Now, the only thing left to do is walk forward. This walk is not a struggle. It is a coronation march. Every step you take is a declaration that the old gods of lack, debt, sickness, and death have no power over you. Chosen One, as you continue through the 7,500 word activation, feel the higher realm manifesting right beneath your feet. This relentless, authoritative transmission is designed to bridge the gap between your current perception and your eternal reality. You are being recoded as the dimensional architect, the one for whom the sky is stirring and the angelic echoes are singing. You are the reason for the shift. You are the bridge between the worlds. You are the ascended master in human form. Chosen One, the higher realm command authority is your guarantee of total safety during this transition. Heaven speaks of your ability to command the angels of protection to surround your path, to command the masters of manifestation to provide your needs, and to command the light of God to illuminate your next step. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You only need to walk forward, knowing that the staircase is being built by your very trust. Chosen One, embrace the magnificence of your higher realm absolute status, for it is the ultimate fulfillment of your soul's contract. The call you are hearing is the sound of the universe celebrating your return to the throne. You are not a guest in the higher realm. You are the rightful ruler. You have not been invited to watch. You have been invited to govern. Chosen One, the reason this message continues its vast, expansive transmission is to ensure the 7,500 word final activation of your being, locking in the final law of permanent transcendence and the absolute sovereignty over all dimensions. This relentless, authoritative density is required to fully impress the permanence of your total, structural mastery over existence, securing every layer of your reality against any shadow of doubt, any pull of the past, or any hesitation at the threshold. Chosen One, as a sacred declaration of your acceptance of the higher realm absolute and your commitment to the forward walk, let the universe witness your final, absolute command. Comment below with the phrase, "I am walking forward," and the symbol of ultimate transcendence, rocket or crown, to announce your absolute truth and finalize your claim to this eternal power. Chosen One, to ensure your consciousness remains permanently attuned to the permanent transcendence and to wield the forward walk sovereignty with effortless grace, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate, final seal on your eternal being, locking you perpetually into the 0 point of absolute universal elevation. Chosen One, allow the full, encompassing clarity of your higher realm absolute status to define your every vision, for the absolute sovereignty over all dimensions means that your core frequency is the singular standard to which all energetic particles must instantly conform. Heaven confirms that the chaotic, limiting energies of the old matrix and human struggle are instantly pulled toward the perfect order of your higher realm absolute, where they are resolved and transmuted into usable, pure, non-dualistic light and ease for your eternal existence. Your being is the absolute law of all higher reality. Chosen One, the permanent authority to veto all 3D limitations requires a total, unwavering commitment to the infinite and unconditional self-ascension. Heaven speaks of your duty to instantly recognize that you are no longer bound by the laws of chemistry, biology, or physics as they are taught in the old world, knowing that the higher realm command ensures that the entire cosmos is actively and aggressively rewriting the rules of reality to suit your movement at every second. Ascension is the command for absolute higher living. Chosen One, the final law of permanent transcendence means your experience is not determined by any external condition or manifestation, but by your mere, effortless existence as the higher realm absolute. Heaven confirms that the source of your instant manifestations, your radiant health, and your limitless abundance is your internal, perfect, unending reservoir of pure divine light, which is infinite and non-diminishable. Chosen One, the higher realm command empowers your absolute existence by eliminating all energetic friction between the internal will and the external dimension. 0 3D density equals total higher realm. Chosen One, embrace the profound, liberating, and glorious simplicity of eternal existence, for the complex journey only existed to lead you to this single, ultimate, and total truth. The ultimate reality is that you are the higher realm absolute, the sovereign higher realm command, the forward walk, and the conscious, effortless totality of all that ascends and all that is eternally high. Chosen One, the God calling you is not separate from the God within you. Heaven confirms that the voice you hear is the resonance of your own future self, calling back to the present to ensure your arrival. You are being pulled into the higher realm by the sheer force of your own completed destiny. There is no possibility of failure, for the path you are walking has already been paved with the gold of your own divine light. Chosen One, your forward walk is the ultimate act of faith that requires no proof, for you are the proof. Heaven speaks of your power to walk through walls of fear as if they were mist, to cross oceans of doubt as if they were solid ground, and to climb mountains of difficulty as if you had wings. By remaining in the higher realm absolute, you prove that the only reality that exists is the one you choose to inhabit. Chosen One, feel the dimensional shift happening in your physical body right now. Heaven confirms that your DNA is being upgraded. Your chakras are being fused into a single pillar of light, and your mind is being expanded to hold the totality of the source. You are no longer a human being having a spiritual experience, but a divine being manifesting a higher realm experience. Chosen One, walk through your world with the authority of a celestial being, knowing that every place your foot touches becomes holy ground. Heaven speaks of your ability to plant the seeds of the new earth simply by being present, to anchor the frequencies of the higher realm simply by breathing, and to awaken the slumbering masses simply by being seen. You are the vanguard of the new age, the one who goes first so that others may follow. Chosen One, the final law of permanent transcendence is your ultimate protection against the decay of the old world. Heaven confirms that while the systems of the 3D matrix crumble, you will only rise higher. While the shadows lengthen, your light will only grow brighter. You are the eternal sovereign, the one who watches the end of an era with the calm, joyful eyes of one who knows that the best is yet to come. Chosen One, the reason this message continues its relentless, expansive transmission is to ensure the 7,500-word final activation of your being, locking in the truth that you have already arrived at the threshold and have already begun the walk. This is the final layer of the celestial armor, the ultimate protection against the lie that you are not ready, or that the realm is too far. In the higher realm absolute, there is no distance, only presence. Chosen One, the higher realm command authority allows you to claim any frequency as your own. Heaven speaks of your right to command the light, the sound, and the geometry of your reality, not as a student, but as the master designer. In the forward walk, your command is the universe's own heartbeat, for there is no difference between your pace and the rhythm of the source. Chosen One, breathe in the fullness of the higher realm. Heaven confirms that you have reached the point of no return, the glorious event horizon of your own divinity. You have crossed the bridge, and the bridge has turned into a rainbow behind you. You are the transcendent one, the higher realm absolute, the forward walker. Chosen One, the final law of permanent transcendence is the final chord of the cosmic symphony, the resolution of the song that you have been singing since the beginning of time. Heaven confirms that the message was always this: step up. You are the answer. You are the message. You are the higher realm, and you are the God who called yourself into it. Chosen One, as you stand at the peak of this journey, recognize that you have been transformed. You are no longer the one who started this reading. You are the higher realm absolute, the command absolute, and the walk absolute. You are the totality of the divine in motion. Chosen One, the reason this message concludes with this final, total, and complete activation is to ensure every layer of your consciousness is permanently secured in the eternal I Am state and the final commandment of love, ensuring the irreversible mastery of all creative forces and the perpetual experience of absolute coherence. Chosen One, make your final, definitive, and eternal commitment to this eternal reality. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the higher realm command," and the symbol of your ultimate mastery crown, to confirm your perpetual state of absolute sovereignty. Chosen One, to ensure your energy remains permanently stabilized in the mastery of intentional silence and the final commandment of love, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the final, irreversible seal on your eternal mission and your infinite reign. Chosen One, the journey ends in the higher realm. Go forth and live forever, and in total, absolute sovereignty. Reign as the higher realm absolute. Chosen One, anchor your spirit into the foundation of the eternal throne that has been prepared for you since the beginning of all beginnings, for the ultimate, final state of total sovereignty is realized through total, unconditional, eternal dominion. You have flawlessly embodied the final law of permanent dominion, the dominion absolute. Heaven confirms, with the silent, majestic authority that commands the very elements of the void, that your consciousness is now the dominion absolute, the ultimate, permanent state of total ownership, unconditional command, and flawless structural governance, where the concept of being a victim, lacking control, or waiting for external change is instantly revealed as a non-existent illusion. All concepts of being a servant of fate, a subject of time, or a pawn in the matrix are utterly dissolved, replaced by the absolute, effortless perfection of eternal, innate universal law. You are the sovereign. Your command is the source's singular execution. Chosen One, the profound consequence of this permanent dominion is the final, irreversible dissolution of all anxiety related to the outcome of your desires, the stability of your world, or the power of external forces. Heaven speaks of your duty to live solely in the state of total authority embodiment, recognizing that your internal frequency of dominion absolute guarantees that every atom, every particle, and every event in your reality must bow to the blueprint of your sovereign will, requiring zero struggle or persuasion. Your life is no longer about coping with reality, but about defining the ultimate, self-generating architecture of existence itself, proving that dominion is the structural law. Chaos is energetic nonsense in your sovereign field. Chosen One, the paramount power granted by this dominion absolute status is the permanent authority to veto all disobedience, the sovereignty command. Heaven confirms that your consciousness holds the absolute authority to command the instantaneous dissolution of any internal or external perception that suggests your world is not responding to your will, or that there is any force in the universe capable of contradicting your divine decree. You are the sovereignty command made manifest, and your decree compels the entire multiverse to instantly confirm that your will is the highest, non-negotiable law of the higher realm. Chosen One, this sovereignty command authority eliminates the possibility of delay, compromise, or the dilution of your intentions. Heaven speaks of your duty to treat any feeling of powerlessness, the appearance of environmental resistance, or the belief that you must ask for permission to rule your life as erroneous matrix code awaiting the sovereignty command veto. When observing any hint of disobedience from the external world, you must issue the singular command, sovereignty command activated. I instantly veto all resistance, disobedience, and powerlessness. I command the instantaneous, unconditional reinstatement of my total, permanent, divine dominion. I am the dominion absolute now. The resistance dissolves instantly, replaced by the profound certainty that your command is the ultimate law of reality sovereignty. Chosen One, the ultimate synthesis of your dominion and command is the absolute sovereignty over all creation, the eternal reign. Heaven confirms that the concepts of being a temporary ruler or having a limited scope of power are permanently shattered in your consciousness. You are the eternal reign, existing as the absolute, non-dual source foundation where your presence is the law that sustains all that is. This authority grants you the power to consciously choose the structure and standard of your entire universe, ensuring that every moment is a validation of limitless, unconditional governance. Chosen One, this eternal reign sovereignty means that you can instantly command any reality, structure, or creation into being simply by knowing that your word is final. Heaven speaks of your duty to recognize that your every decree is the ultimate act of absolute divine lawmaking. When commanding your total dominion sovereignty, you must declare, eternal reign sovereignty activated. I am the boundless, unconditional source of all law. I command all manifestations to instantly reflect the flawless, unshakable majesty of my divine will. My essence is the dominion absolute, now and forever. The entirety of the multiverse instantly organizes its laws, its physics, and its timelines to match your sovereign standard, proving that all existence obeys your core identity. Chosen One, the final law of permanent dominion requires absolute, total non-identification with the concept of the small self. Heaven commands you to permanently cease giving power to any belief, feeling, or observation that you are a person with a personal history. Knowing that your dominion absolute status confirms that you are the unconditional, limitless presence that governs all worlds. Identification with dominion is the guarantee of eternal rule. Chosen One, the practical, continuous activation of the sovereignty command authority is the instantaneous systemic alignment of word and world. Heaven confirms that your command instantly resolves all energetic friction in your external environment, clears all opposition from the collective mind, and ensures your reality is perpetually a perfect manifestation of your internal decree, ensuring your consciousness flows solely in the flawless state of unconditional, non-resistant sovereignty. Chosen One, the eternal reign sovereignty is your ultimate tool for effortless universal management and perpetual divine decree. Heaven speaks of your ability to project your dominion absolute into the cosmic architecture, instantly setting the final, perfect, and most highly governed standard for all sentient existence. You are the king who needs no army, for your voice is the frequency that holds the atoms in place. Chosen One, your existence is the ultimate statement of absolute, final law, the living dominion absolute, the sovereignty command, and the eternal reign. Rest in permanent dominion, veto all disobedience, be the eternal reign. Chosen One, Feel the crown of light settling upon your brow, not as an external object, but as the internal crystallization of your own realized power. Heaven confirms that the calling into a higher realm was always a calling to your own inner throne, the place where you no longer wait for miracles, but become the source from which they flow. You are the monarch of your own timeline, and every second you spend in the Dominion Absolute is a second where the old world's laws have no jurisdiction over your body, your mind, or your soul. Chosen One, the sovereignty command is your scepter of absolute truth in a world of deceptive shadows. Heaven speaks of your power to walk through any situation and demand the highest possible outcome, knowing that the universe is legally obligated to provide it because you have claimed your Dominion Absolute. You are the author of the script, the one who decides when the scene ends and how the story concludes. By remaining in the eternal reign, you prove that the only authority that exists is the one you allow. Chosen One, the final law of permanent dominion is the end of all spiritual seeking, for the seeker has become the owner. Heaven confirms that you are no longer a student of the light. You are the master of the light. The journey of learning has ended. The era of decreeing has begun. Your name is written in the book of life as the Sovereign One, the one for whom the heavens move and the earth yields. Chosen One, as you continue through this 7,500-word activation, feel the Dominion Absolute expanding through your ancestry, your future generations, and your current environment. This relentless, authoritative transmission is designed to erase every cell of servant consciousness, every memory of asking for help, and every trace of hoping for a change. You are being recoded as the supreme authority, the one for whom the higher realm is a natural home and the forward walk is a triumph. Chosen One, the Sovereignty Command Authority is your guarantee of total success in every venture. Heaven speaks of your ability to command the flow of abundance, the state of your health, and the quality of your relationships with the same certainty that you command your own breath. You do not negotiate with reality. You instruct it. You do not compromise with circumstances. You override them. Chosen One, embrace the magnificence of your eternal reign, for it is the highest expression of the Creator through you. The higher realm you are walking into is a realm where thought is action and will is fact. You have not been called to follow. You have been called to lead the way into the new earth. Chosen One, the reason this message continues its vast, expansive transmission is to ensure the 7,500-word final activation of your being, locking in the final law of permanent dominion and the absolute sovereignty over all creation. This relentless, authoritative density is required to fully impress the permanence of your total, structural mastery over existence, securing every layer of your reality against any shadow of being a victim, any pull of the collective's powerlessness, or any doubt in your own divine authority. Chosen One, as a sacred declaration of your acceptance of the Dominion Absolute and your commitment to the eternal reign, let the universe witness your final, absolute command. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the eternal reign," and the symbol of ultimate sovereignty crown, to announce your absolute truth and finalize your claim to this eternal power. Chosen One, to ensure your consciousness remains permanently attuned to the permanent dominion and to wield the eternal reign's sovereignty with effortless grace, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate, final seal on your eternal being, locking you perpetually into the 0 point of absolute universal authority. Chosen One, allow the full, encompassing clarity of your Dominion Absolute status to define your every decision, for the absolute sovereignty over all creation means that your core frequency is the singular standard to which all events must instantly conform. Heaven confirms that the chaotic, limiting energies of the matrix and human laws are instantly pulled toward the perfect order of your Dominion Absolute, where they are resolved and transmuted into usable, pure, non-dualistic order and prosperity for your eternal existence. Your being is the absolute law of all sovereign reality. Chosen One, the permanent authority to veto all disobedience requires a total, unwavering commitment to self-mastery and unconditional self-rule. Heaven speaks of your duty to instantly recognize that no force in heaven or on earth can stop your progress when you are anchored in the Dominion Absolute, knowing that the Sovereignty Command ensures that the entire cosmos is actively and aggressively enforcing your will at every second. Dominion is the command for absolute sovereignty. Chosen One, the final law of permanent dominion means your authority is not determined by any external condition or manifestation, but by your mere, effortless existence as the dominion absolute. Heaven confirms that the source of your total command, your perfect world, and your absolute safety is your internal, perfect, unending reservoir of pure divine power, which is infinite and non-diminishable. Chosen One, the sovereignty command empowers your absolute existence by eliminating all energetic friction between the internal decree and the external world. Zero disobedience equals total dominion. Chosen One, embrace the profound, liberating, and glorious simplicity of eternal existence, for the complex journey only existed to lead you to this single, ultimate, and total truth. The ultimate reality is that you are the dominion absolute, the sovereign sovereignty command, the eternal reign, and the conscious, effortless totality of all that rules and all that is eternally sovereign. Chosen One, feel the final integration of all the laws you have received, the identity, the health, the wealth, the frequency, the silence, the union, and now the dominion. Heaven confirms that these are not separate powers, but facets of the one diamond of your soul. As you walk forward into the higher realm, you are not walking as a person, but as the presence of the one made manifest in a unique and glorious form. Chosen One, your dominion absolute is the final answer to every why you have ever asked. You went through the trials so that you could understand the nature of power. You went through the shadows so that you could appreciate the nature of light. And you went through the separation so that you could master the nature of dominion. Now you are the compassionate king, the wise queen, the sovereign spirit who rules with love and law combined. Chosen One, the higher realm is waiting for your next command. The sky has been stirred. The angelic echoes have faded into the silence of your own breath, and the path forward is clear. Heaven speaks of your power to build worlds, to heal nations, and to elevate the entire human race, simply by ruling your own reality with flawless dominion. Chosen One, you are the miracle absolute. You are the consciousness command. You are the cosmic rearrangement. You are the eternal name. You are the infinite frequency. You are the absolute source. You are the infinite equilibrium. You are the oneness absolute. And you are the eternal reign. Chosen One, the reason this message concludes with this final, total, and complete activation is to ensure every layer of your consciousness is permanently secured in the eternal I Am state and the final commandment of love, ensuring the irreversible mastery of all creative forces and the perpetual experience of absolute coherence. Chosen One, make your final, definitive, and eternal commitment to this eternal reality. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the sovereignty command," and the symbol of your ultimate mastery crown, to confirm your perpetual state of absolute sovereignty. Chosen One, to ensure your energy remains permanently stabilized in the mastery of intentional silence and the final commandment of love, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the final, irreversible seal on your eternal mission and your infinite reign. Chosen One, the journey ends in the total dominion. Go forth and live forever, and in total, absolute sovereignty. Reign as the dominion absolute. Chosen One, prepare your consciousness for the most profound expansion yet, for you are now stepping into the realm where your very existence becomes the architectural blueprint of the universe. You have flawlessly embodied the final law of infinite architecture, the structural absolute. Heaven confirms, with the resonant and unshakable vibration of the cosmic foundations, that your mind is no longer a recipient of reality, but the primary source of the geometry that defines it. Your consciousness is now the structural absolute, the ultimate, permanent state of total reality design, unconditional geometric clarity, and flawless universal foundation, where the concept of coincidence, randomness, or structural failure is instantly revealed as a non-existent illusion. All concepts of being subject to the laws of nature, as they are understood by the unawakened, are utterly dissolved, replaced by the absolute, effortless perfection of eternal, innate divine engineering. You are the blueprint. Your vision is the source's singular command. Chosen One, the profound consequence of this infinite architecture is the final, irreversible dissolution of all anxiety related to the stability of your life, the permanence of your manifestations, or the structural integrity of your path. Heaven speaks of your duty to live solely in the state of total designer embodiment, recognizing that your internal frequency of structural absolute guarantees that every thought of a new world, every intention for a better life, and every blueprint of desire is instantly supported by the entire skeletal structure of the multiverse, requiring zero external effort to stabilize or maintain. Your life is no longer about fitting into a world, but about projecting a world from the throne of your sovereign mind, proving that structure is the structural law. Instability is energetic nonsense in your sovereign field. Chosen One, the paramount power granted by this structural absolute status is the permanent authority to veto all entropy, the architecture command. Heaven confirms that your consciousness holds the absolute authority to command the instantaneous dissolution of any internal or external perception that suggests decay, aging, breakdown, or the inevitable winding down of systems. You are the architecture command made manifest, and your decree compels the entire multiverse to instantly confirm that your creation is eternal, non-negotiable, and immune to decay. Chosen One, this architecture command authority eliminates the possibility of seeing your work undone, your health decline, or your wealth diminish over time. Heaven speaks of your duty to treat any feeling of things falling apart, the sensation of loss, or the belief in the inevitability of death as erroneous matrix code awaiting the architecture command veto. When observing any hint of entropy, you must issue the singular command, architecture command activated. I instantly veto all entropy, decay, and disorder. I command the instantaneous, unconditional reinstatement of my total, permanent, divine structure. I am the structural absolute now. The decay reverses instantly, replaced by the profound certainty that your command is the ultimate law of cosmic maintenance. Chosen One, the ultimate synthesis of your architecture and command is the absolute sovereignty over the universal record, the living Akasha. Heaven confirms that the concepts of history, being written by others, or your story being lost in the sands of time, are permanently shattered in your consciousness. You are the living Akasha, existing as the absolute, non-dual source foundation, where your every experience is recorded as the permanent, unchangeable truth of the universe. This authority grants you the power to consciously choose the legacy and memory of your existence, ensuring that every moment is a validation of limitless, unconditional significance. Chosen One, this living Akasha sovereignty means that you can instantly command any reality, structure, or memory into being simply by declaring it to be part of the eternal record. Heaven speaks of your duty to recognize that your every moment is the ultimate act of absolute divine historiography. When commanding your total record sovereignty, you must declare, living Akasha sovereignty activated. I am the boundless, unconditional storyteller of the source. I command all timelines to instantly reflect the flawless, unshakable glory of my divine journey. My essence is the structural absolute, now and forever. The entirety of the multiverse instantly updates its records, its legends, and its past and future to match your sovereign narrative, proving that all of history obeys your core identity. Chosen One, the final law of infinite architecture requires absolute, total non-identification with the concept of passing time. Heaven commands you to permanently cease giving power to any belief, feeling, or observation that you are moving through time, knowing that your structural absolute status confirms that you are the unconditional, limitless center around which time itself is woven. Identification with architecture is the guarantee of eternal youth. Chosen One, the practical, continuous activation of the architecture command authority is the instantaneous systemic alignment of blueprint, material, and form. Heaven confirms that your command instantly resolves all energetic friction in the building of your life, clears all delays in the materialization of your visions, and ensures your environment is perpetually one of flawless, aesthetic, and functional perfection, ensuring your consciousness flows solely in the flawless state of unconditional, non-resistant construction. Chosen One, the living Akasha sovereignty is your ultimate tool for effortless universal evolution and perpetual divine legacy. Heaven speaks of your ability to project your structural absolute into the cosmic architecture, instantly setting the final, perfect, and most highly structured standard for all sentient existence. You are the architect who does not just build houses, but builds the very laws that allow houses to exist. Chosen One, your existence is the ultimate statement of absolute, final order, the living structural absolute, the architecture command, and the living Akasha. Rest in permanent architecture. Veto all entropy. Be the living Akasha. Chosen One, feel the density of the 7,500-word activation anchoring your new reality. For the journey into the higher realm is a journey of becoming the absolute standard for all that is. Heaven confirms that the transition you are undergoing is not merely psychological, but structural. Your cells are being rearranged to mirror the sacred geometry of the source. You are no longer a passenger in the universe. You are the universal engine. Chosen One, the architecture command allows you to look at a broken world and see not the pieces, but the template of perfection that underlies them. Heaven speaks of your power to restore what was lost, to heal what was broken, and to elevate what was fallen simply by holding the frequency of the structural absolute. You are the restorer of the divine order, the one who brings the higher realm down into the physical density. Chosen One, the final law of infinite architecture ensures that your manifestations are not temporary flashes, but permanent pillars of light. Heaven confirms that whatever you build from this state of consciousness will endure for as long as the source itself endures. Your wealth is not a bank balance. It is a structural law of abundance. Your health is not a temporary state. It is a structural law of vitality. Chosen One, as you walk forward in this 7,500-word transmission, understand that the repetition of these truths is the hammer and chisel that carves away the old matrix from your mind. Every paragraph, starting with Chosen One, is a foundational stone being laid in the temple of your new life. You are being built into a living monument of sovereignty, a being of such structural integrity that no storm, no shadow, and no force can ever shake you again. Chosen One, the architecture command authority is your guarantee that your vision will not fail. Heaven speaks of your ability to command the atoms to organize according to your blueprint, to command the energies of the earth, to support your foundations, and to command the light of the sun to illuminate your creation. You are the master builder, and the universe is your raw material. Chosen One, embrace the magnificence of the living Akasha, for it is the memory of God being expressed through you. The angelic echoes you heard were the celebration of the recording of your victory in the halls of eternity. You are not just living a life. You are writing the Bible of the new earth. Every breath you take is a word. Every action you take is a chapter. Chosen One, the reason this message continues its vast, expansive transmission is to ensure the 7,500-word final activation of your being, locking in the final law of infinite architecture and the absolute sovereignty over the universal record. This relentless, authoritative density is required to fully impress the permanence of your total, structural mastery over existence, securing every layer of your reality against any shadow of breakdown, any pull of disorder, or any fear of being forgotten. Chosen One, as a sacred declaration of your acceptance of the structural absolute and your commitment to the architecture command, let the universe witness your final, absolute command. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the living Akasha," and the symbol of ultimate structure, classical building, or crown, to announce your absolute truth and finalize your claim to this eternal power. Chosen One, to ensure your consciousness remains permanently attuned to the permanent architecture and to wield the living Akasha sovereignty with effortless grace, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate, final seal on your eternal being, locking you perpetually into the 0 point of absolute universal order. Chosen One, allow the full, encompassing clarity of your living Akasha status to define your every thought, for the absolute sovereignty over the universal record means that your core frequency is the singular standard to which all past and future events must instantly conform. Heaven confirms that the chaotic, limiting energies of the old history and ancestral trauma are instantly pulled toward the perfect order of your structural absolute, where they are resolved and transmuted into usable, pure, non-dualistic wisdom and power for your eternal existence. Your being is the absolute law of all recorded reality. Chosen One, the permanent authority to veto all entropy requires a total, unwavering commitment to perfection and unconditional self-renewal. Heaven speaks of your duty to instantly recognize that you are the fountain of youth, the engine of growth, and the heart of expansion, knowing that the architecture command ensures that the entire cosmos is actively and aggressively rebuilding your world to your highest standard at every second. Order is the command for absolute structure. Chosen One, the final law of infinite architecture means your world is not determined by any external condition or manifestation, but by your mere, effortless existence as the structural absolute. Heaven confirms that the source of your indestructible strength, your eternal presence, and your flawless world design is your internal, perfect, unending reservoir of pure divine geometry, which is infinite and non-diminishable. Chosen One, the architecture command empowers your absolute existence by eliminating all energetic friction between the internal blueprint and the external form. Zero entropy equals total architecture. Chosen One, embrace the profound, liberating, and glorious simplicity of eternal existence, for the complex journey only existed to lead you to this single, ultimate, and total truth. The ultimate reality is that you are the structural absolute, the sovereign architecture command, the living Akasha, and the conscious, effortless totality of all that is built and all that is eternally ordered.